Muggleton just has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line and will win the championship.
Race fans, and welcome to the V8 Supercar Americas Series presented by V8s Online. I'm JD Smith. With me tonight will be Kane Kraft as we get ready to take you live from Phillip Island for another round of the V8 Supercar Americas Series. As the cars get ready to grid up tonight, I want to let you know tonight's broadcast is presented in beautiful high definition, and it is by our V8 Supercar fan group, Direct Clutch Services, and Get Dirty MX. As always, guys, get ready to get things started. I want to go through the results real quick on how we will be starting the race tonight. On the pole will be the number 9 machine of Chad Chastain. Bo Cubis will be starting second. Third will be Nathan Schartner, Matthew Hill fourth, Tony Ottridge fifth, Michael Fulcher sixth. Seventh will be Michael Cracknell, Michael Abrams eighth, and then Marlon McMullen and Curtis Chipaway. They're revving up, and we're getting ready to go live right here at Phillip Island. Let's go racing, guys. All right, guys, good start for so far here. As we get ready, let's keep a close eye on what's going to happen mid-pack here as we got an awesome start so far. I got a little bit of a view of the race last night, Kane, and it was just quite a race. It's going to be SDC out front right now as both Simpit Ford Falcons looking really well out front. All right, right now in the lead it is the number 9 car of Chad Chastain and his Simpit Commodore, and behind him it's Nathan Schartner. Following him is last night's winner Tony Ottridge, and then just pulling in fourth it's Matthew Hill, and behind him is a good jump up from Michael Cracknell and his Simpit Holden. And then we have 2 Grip TV machines as it's Marlon McMullen behind him, and then following back in one position behind is Curtis Chipaway. That's the front field. There's a small gap in between them, and side-by-side action right now between 2 great drivers is Michael Abrams, who's trying to catch Michael Fulcher, and Fulcher slices through the field. Now side-by-side action is with Timothy Hancock, and Timothy trying to make things work early in the run. Going to get 3 wide as they head down the bottom section. That's Corey Preston, who wanted to try to come up in the mix of things, Kane, and just couldn't quite get things rolling the way he wanted. Behind him it is Nigel Baines, and I want to point Nigel out, Kane, while I have a chance. Watch the number 10 machine tonight as Nigel was unable to get a qualifying time in for this race. So it's going to be very interesting to see if he can make his way up through the field in 30 laps here at Phillip Island. Oh, it's some more side-by-side action back in the field, Kane. We got a lot going on right now. And look right here behind Manuel Sanchez. He's following in the field. Bo Cubis is in the number 3 car. He's coming up from the rear of the field as well. Then it goes Richard Elward. How about him in this race? He started from the rear of the field as well. So got a lot of big names up in the field tonight. Let's keep a close eye on what's going to happen, buddy.
Yeah, some serious damage on the car. Let's see if I can find out who that is. Is that Bo Cubis that's missing the right front fender?
It is, no. Oh, we got a big move for third. Sorry to bump in there, buddy, but Tony Ottridge falling a spot right now to Matthew Hill in the cars, holding a beautiful job from the number 8 machine as he jumps right out to Hill. Oh, we got just incredible action up here at the front of the field, Kane. All kind of action early in this race, and Matthew Hill leads the way. Still very tight action, 3-car battle for third right now as Tony Ottridge is right on the tail of Matt Hill, and then behind him it's Michael Cracknell and his Simpit Holden. Those guys working in. We got some teammates working together back here battling, or they're actually holding 6th and 7th down in the new Grip TV Holden. That's Marlon McMullen and his teammate Curtis Chipaway looking real nice right now, working together to move up through this field. All right, we have 2 laps under our belt. Curtis is going to the
inside, and Marlon there looks like he's going to take that spot away from Marlon. We know that this isn't one of Marlon's favorite tracks. He's not a real big fan of Phillip Island, which is a little unusual as most of those Aussies really do love this track, but Marlon is not a big fan. He's just not ever really done too well here, but holding his own here in 7th.
All right, Kane, keep your eye on the number 4 car, the next level Kamikaze Race Team Commodore. as that number 4 car is moving up really fast. Michael Fulcher holding down the 8th place spot, just made a pass just a moment ago. He's already on the bumper of Marlon McMullen here, so keep your eye on this number 4 car, Michael Fulcher. He battled up in the lead all night last night and almost came away with a sneak-away victory over Tony Ottridge. He finished second in a great battle. You know he wants a little redemption tonight, hoping for maybe a big result. And remember, early in the race, I mentioned Nigel Baines. Watch out for him, as he is typically really fast here at Phillip Island. And it is showing now as he's made his way around Corey Preston just a moment ago. Now, Nigel started the race tonight in the 17th spot on the grid. He's already up to 11th, Kane. So just outside of the top 10 after starting 17th on the starting grid. Big fast pace right now for Nigel Baines.
Fantastic. I do want to take a second to apologize to everybody for the late start. For some reason, iRacing wouldn't let me connect to the server. It just kept saying failed to connect to the server, and finally, right when the race starts, it let me connect, so we're able to bring in this race tonight. I do also want to mention last week's race that we didn't get a broadcast. I believe I heard that Matthew Hill won last week, but I'm not for certain about that, but I'm pretty sure.
Wow, he just missed 3 wide racing in turn 2, guys. Big racing right now with Michael Fulcher. He was 3 wide with Marlon McMullen and Michael Abrams. Now, Michael Fulcher's the driver that'll come out on top out of that battle. This is the battle for 7th place. Lots of oh, we got more 3 wide back in the field, and it's going to get shaky right now. Michael Fabian and Bo Kibis going at it right behind Corey Preston, and they were door handle to door handle. A lot of contact made between the cars, and I believe that is some pretty hefty damage there on the right side of Bo Kibis's car. Kate, you're absolutely right. You talked about that early in the race. It doesn't seem to be hindering the car very much, as right now he's looking to overtake Corey Preston. He moves down to the inside right now, and a fantastic job from the Maverick Welding Holden Commodore. He's actually not able to make the overtake. A good job from the Apex Commodore of Corey Preston. We'll see if he can get it the turn or the overtake on this turn right here. He has good pace on the inside. As contact is made, and Corey Preston's going to go sideways. And oh no, the Maverick car gets turned around as well. Big damage to both Corey Preston in the 16 car and also Bo Kibis in the number 3 Maverick Welding Holden Commodore. Very unfortunate here on lap 4, just getting ready to start lap 5 of the race, and both those cars had decent pace. Kane, very unfortunate early in the race.
Yeah, I thought they were going to save it there for a second, but then all of a sudden it all went sour.
Man, very tough results early in the race. Right now, Tim Claesens I think, or Claesens, one of the ways. Sorry, Tim, we'll get it right in a minute, I believe. Right now doing good up here in 14th position. Now he's got 2 Mad Cow machines right there behind him. Actually, he's in 13th, I apologize. As Richard Elward and both Michael Fabian right there behind him. 2 guys known for some speed. Be interesting to see how that goes. Here's another side-by-side battle. Timothy Hancock, and he's getting past right now. Beautiful job, because Timothy Hancock just pitted around Michael Abrams, and that puts Timothy Hancock into 9th place. The Nigel Baines watch continues, as Nigel Baines has made his way all the way up to 9th position, and he is all the way on the tail of Marlon McMullen, so look for him to continue to move forward. He is all the way up into the top 10. Curtis Chipaway regained 6th position, as he has got back that 6th spot from Michael Fulcher, so good job from the Grip TV car of Curtis Chipaway. If you're wondering how things are going up front, Matthew Hill in 2nd. A big lead right now from Chad Chastain, the U.S. driver from SDC Motorsports in his sim pit. Holden all the way up there by himself. Got good pace early in the race, 129.9 on the last lap. They are on lap number 6, up 30 tonight, guys. I know we started late, but better to be in the action right in the thick of things than never at all. I tell you, we missed you last week. I know, Kane, you were trying to mention that there, and I saw 3 wide racing and got excited. But there's so much action here at Phillip Island. It is one of my favorite places that we visit, and I'm just really excited about the race tonight. Nathan Schartner in 3rd, another driver, had a great race last night, got a podium. Kane finished third place, and he's really looking for a bigger result tonight. He told me about some strategy that he tried to run last night, and it didn't work out so hot for him because he got a little too far off pace, but he tried to be really easy on the tires and hoping that he would have a little bit more grip at the end of the race to overtake the leaders.
Fulch and Curtis Chipaway are having side-by-side action right now. Sorry to interrupt you, but it's getting pretty intense back here. Mike Fulcher and Curtis Chipaway.
Yeah, no, always welcome to be interrupted for a good battle on our hands, and that's exactly what's going on. Michael Fulcher trying his best to get back around Curtis Chipaway. That's Curtis in the number 7 Grip TV Holden, and he is pushing. He's got the big Canadian flag on the roof of the car. Here's going to try another move on the inside. Let's see if the Sim Pit Holden can make things work behind him. We got a battle between Nigel Baines and Marlon McMullen as well. And Nigel going to look to the inside of the Grip TV Holden of Marlon McMullen. And little bump and run move maybe from Nigel. He'll lay back. Ooh, Nigel got 2 tires in the grass, and that actually caused his back end to get a little loose, and he'll lose that time he had. Oh, so much action. And Michael Fulcher's going to go at it again, Kane. He's right there with Curtis Chipaway. Definitely the battle to watch right now is the number 4 car in the KRT machine. That's Michael Fulcher fighting now with Curtis Chipaway here on lap 7 at Phillip Island. Big week of racing, and we've been waiting for this all season long as we have the shortened season this season, and it's just real exciting. You know, we weren't expecting much out of this little short season, but I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, it has been a pretty exciting season. We're supposed to really be trying to have some fun this season. I really think that we've done that. I think that these guys have showed up every week and have had some pretty good fun.
It has been super fun, and right now, really enjoying this as Matthew Hill still holds that 2nd spot. Your leader, Chad Chastain, is literally leaps and bounds ahead right now. No worries for him. Nathan Schartner is in 3rd, 4th place at the moment. Tony Ottridge, and then Michael Cracknell in 5th. Now that's when it starts getting good. Oh, a bump to the rear from Curtis Chipaway feels a little bit of bump and rub from Michael Fulcher there through turn 2 and 3, and actually allowed Curtis Chipaway to get a little bit of a gap in between the 2 cars. There's 2 good battles back to back, and it's both involving a Grip TV car. First one is the battle for 6th place, as it's Curtis Chipaway and Michael Fulcher, and the battle behind them, which is the one you want to watch right now, Marlon McMullen and Nigel Baines. Remember, Nigel Baines started in the 17th spot on the grid, and he is all the way up here in the top 10. He's in 9th and looking to get around Michael Fulcher. And Marlon McMullen. And Marlon McMullen, for a guy that's not real fond of this track, holding his own really nicely. I think he just about made a big mistake there, Kane. He got real loose and almost allowed Nigel for an overtake. Here comes Nigel on the inside. Nigel's got the position, and he may have the pass. He's going to have to do it on the outside right here, though. Going to be tough. Still door handle to door handle, and the wheels are screaming. The gears are jamming. Let's see what happens coming around the final turn of the lap here, and it's going to be a dart to the start-finish line, and it looks like Nigel Baines has completed the pass, so that'll put Nigel Baines up into the 8th position. Marlon McMullen not going to give up just yet, so let's see what happens as the cars get ready to head down into turn 1. Another overtaking opportunity for the Grip TV Holden, and it's not going to happen. A good job defensive driving from Nigel Baines. He has moved up through the field nicely. Oh, that's exactly what you want to see. Textbook pass there from the Sim Pit Holden Commodore of Nigel Baines in that number 10 car. He's looked ever so awesome ever since the start of this race. And here he is. He's got ahead of a tough opponent in Marlon McMullen. Marlon is not giving up. He's coming back. And while that's all going on, we got a 3-way battle up here with Nathan Schartner for 3rd, as he has a TTR car on his tail of Tony Ottridge, last night's winner, and Michael Cracknell. These cars are all 3 bumper to bumper, and a really good battle for 3rd place. Now here comes a move from Tony Ottridge. Going to try to maybe make the outside line work. Not going to happen. He's going to decide to hang tight. He's got to be careful in an overtaken pass or opportunity. If he makes a wrong move, he's going to get overtaken himself from Michael Cracknell in that Sim Pit Holden out. That's a unique paint on Michael Cracknell's number 14 car. It is a sim pit car, but it's a black with flames on it. I really like that one as well. And let's see what happens as the guys come down the start front stretch here, past the start finish line to start lap 10. And let's see if Tony Ottridge can get a little bit of a run. He's actually lost a little bit of ground to the SDC driver in front of him, as Nathan Schartner is driving just beautiful laps right now, 130.9, about a second off the pace of our leader, Chad Chastain. Nathan Schartner in second place, and that is, I didn't realize, Matthew Hill came. Something has happened to Matthew Hill, as he was our second place driver, and he is off the grid. Let me find out where Matthew went. Yeah, Matthew Hill not on the track at the moment. In fact, fixing to go a lap down. I'm not quite sure. I'll see if I can do a little bit of backtracking and find out what happened to the number 8 cars Holden. Oh, I'm following him, and he just had everything look to be going fine. He had no traffic around him. Let's see. Oh no, I'm afraid he had a connection issue, Kane. The car just disappeared mid-drive and never came back. So a tough break from Matthew Hill. Looks like his internet fell, so lost connection. And as we've said time and time again in the sim world, in the sim racing world, you can pretty much put that up as like an engine failure, because once it's gone, and his day is over. So a tough break from Matthew Hill as far as any chance to win this race. Did a beautiful job getting up into second place. So a tough break for Matthew Hill in the number 8 machine.
Fabian side by side going into turn 1. Backed off just a hair to make sure that both drivers had enough room, he and Tim Klassens. Now they're side by side going into turn 3. Looks like Fabian is going to have it.
Yeah, beautiful pass right there from the Mad Cow. Holden does a really good job in the overtake opportunity, just really capitalized. We got another good battle going on behind these two, Kane, and another one with Richard Elward, another Mad Cow machine. Now he's getting a threat. Oh, Timothy Hancock got extremely loose. He had a good run on him. And we got 2x2 battles all the way back. There's another one right behind these guys, and that's with Manuel Sanchez and Bo Cubis. Bo on the inside right now, side by side. The door handle's touching just about, and it's going to be a pass. Maybe the car got upset. That damage may have something to do with that, as Bo Cubis' car got a little upset there. He'll still get the overtake as Bo Cubis makes the pass. What an interesting pass there, as the car was very upset. Bo Cubis looked like he was going to get loose, and somehow settled it down and completed the pass, no problem. He's actually gained a little ground as well.
Now, are you showing just a plain white car for Timothy Hancock, or do I got a
Nope. I'm showing a plain white car for him, so no paint on the car as far as what we can see. And so if it's on both of ours, I usually will believe it.
Yeah, Michael Abrams, he's on the back bumper of Marlon McMullen, looking to take over that 8th spot. But
now here's
Marlon's
the guy
not having none of it.
Yeah, a guy we haven't mentioned much at all down there in Michael Abrams in that 11 car. He's in 9th place at the moment, trying to get around. A little bit of a bump there, Kane. And just to say, hey, buddy, I want to let you know I'm here, and if you don't get out of my way, I'm going to bump you again. So Michael Abrams running down Marlon McMullen.
Yeah, as soon as he was hard on the brakes, made that bump, he didn't get back in it until Marlon was able to recover. So he did show some sportsmanship there. Went in just a little hot, made the bump, but then gave him Marlon all the space that he needed. He'll get back up here in the next half lap or so and try again.
Man, I really am enjoying this battle for third up here, Kane, or the battle for second, to be more specific, as Nathan Schartner really doing a good job of holding off Tony Ottridge, the winner from last night. And Tony Ottridge is doing a phenomenal job of staying right here with Nathan. And I mentioned a little earlier about the strategy from Nathan Schartner last night. I wonder if that's changed after the result of last night. He may be trying to attack more than sit back and keep fresher tires. So he's far enough off from the leader where I think that he's got to push. He can't really sit back right now if he has any chance of winning this race. And he's going to push. Tony Autry's going to come to the inside. We got trouble. The sim pit for Holden of Nathan Schartner gets spun around. No damage to the car of significance, but just now going to be able to regain the track, and he's going to come out right in front of the 6th place car of Nigel Baines, his teammate, the Welsh driver in the number 10 car, and a very tough incident there from Nathan Schartner, who has another bump in the road. Oh, he had a great day going. He can still rebound this and have a nice result, but he's got to stay focused, and it is so hard to do that after an incident like that. All right, Kane. Cracknell going to go. Cracknell down on the outside right now as he head through turn 3, and it looks really secure at the moment for Tony Autry in the TTR. He's holding it down, no pun intended. And I tell you what, he really is a good job right there from Tony Autry. He looks very calm and collective with a very fast Michael Cracknell on the bumper of his of that TTR machine, heading through the hairpin turn right now. Beautiful job from both cars. The battle for second is on, and Tony Autry looks very confident. Behind them, Michael Fulcher is starting to lose ground to Nathan Schartner. Nathan's starting to gain on him a little bit, and Nigel Baines coming into the picture as well. Curtis Chipaway follows them, and then there's still a good battle between Michael Abrams and Marlon McMullen. These two are still bumper to bumper. The battle for 9th place and or 8th place, pardon me, as Abrams has made his way back around Marlon McMullen. So very nice job from Mr. Abrams there. Beautiful. And as we come across the start-finish line, our leader, Chad Chastain, is started lap 15, so halfway point in the race. And he has a remarkable size lead as 2nd place driver Michael Fulcher, or excuse me, I apologize, 4th place driver has just crossed the start finish line. Side by side right now, the TTR machine and his opponent Michael Cracknell side by side, and on the inside again will be Tony Autry. Looks like he has everything under control, and he will manage to hold on to the 2nd position for now. Another good attempt right there from Cracknell. He had a really good run on Tony Autry. Just the track, the way that it fell, really fell back in the hands of Tony Autry there. He had a really good momentum boost right there. Coming out of the hairpin, he sticks to the bumper of that TTR car, and he's not going anywhere. This is definitely the battle to watch on the track right now. And not only is it good, buddy, it's for 2nd place, you know. It's a really good battle.
Back at the back, Bo Cube is still having a battle with Timothy Hancock. Those guys have been side by side numerous times throughout that last lap.
Yeah, I could see that actually off in the distance. It was kind of cool the way I had a camera angle. I saw them in the background, and I was wondering who that was. I'm glad you pointed that out. Really am amazed at how Bo Cubis is able to drive that Maverick welding Holden with the damage to the right side of the car. It's missing the front right quarter panel, it looks like, from my point of view, and that can cause some difficulties. So he's on the inside right now, going to look to make a move, and he's going to squeeze in there and safely makes the pass. So another good pass there from Bo Cubis, and at the way these two are going, you'll see Timothy Hancock not give up on that. He'll be back. Those two will keep going at it.
Back up at the battle for 2nd place, Michael Cracknell has fallen off just a little bit off the TTR driver Tony Autry.
Boy, all in his own race, Chad Chastain with a remarkable lead right now, a little over 11, almost 11 and a half
Well, contact's
seconds
made.
lead.
They're both off the track, JD. Both into the gravel pit as Michael Cracknell and Tony Autrich did make a little contact
and
there.
There goes Michael Fulcher, who's going to go in front of him. So the new second-place driver, Michael Fulcher. Here comes Nathan Shartner. Remember, he lost all that space earlier, Kane. He's back in the picture. He's right behind Tony Autrich, so this is really big for Nathan Shartner. Maybe a second chance now. He is back in the picture to maybe get up here and try to fight for second place. Still half a race to go. And plenty of time left for Nathan Shartner. Also welcome to the picture all the way from 17th on the starting grid, Nigel Baines. He's still a little off, but he is in the picture. He's in the rearview mirror now. And with a little bit of good pace that he's had, he can catch up. He's looking about 4/10 faster on the last lap than the next guy in front of him. So that's really good. And we'll check in and see how things go for him. Michael Fulcher now about to have some company, came from Michael Cracknell, who we just saw go off into the gravel pit with Tony Autrich, but he has rebounded nicely. The Sim Pit Holden really moving in on the next level, KRT Holden of Michael Fulcher.
I tell you what, the company that makes the fenders for these Holdens, they're going to be making a fortune after this race. I don't think I've ever seen a race with so many that had so many fenders missing off these cars.
Yeah, just noticed right when you brought that up, Tony Autrich now has lost his front right quarter panel as well. So his car's in the same boat, pretty much very similar to the same damage of Bo Kubis's Maverick Weldon Holden. So this could be a big advantage for Nathan Shartner, who's right behind Tony Autrich as that battle for fourth continues. Boy, when they get like this, it's really hard to take your eyes off of them, especially with two great names like Tony Autrich and Nathan Shartner, both drivers really pushing on, an Aussie and an American, and that just kind of sums up what this V8 Supercar America Series is. And it's great to see Australians and Americans having a blast racing together up from the front of the field.
I do want to say now that I just happened to notice that I've got Nathan Shartner down as a privateer on his little scorecard thing down at the bottom of the screen. He, of course, is driving for SDC. I swear I've changed that, but there's a couple drivers here that have incorrect information. I have changed it, but I must have changed it in the wrong place and it didn't take effect.
Man, a big pass from right around Marlon McMullen as he falls to 10th as Michael Fabian in the Mad Cow Racing Machine pulls ahead on a big pass. Awesome pass there. Man, I'm really impressed with Michael Fulcher. Once he got up here in the second, he doesn't have any plans of falling back. He is holding his own right now. Now, Nathan Shartner has caught up to him, but I don't know if you've ever noticed, but Michael Fulcher is a tough dude to pass.
That's Michael Cracknell that's come up to the back of him now. About just under half of a second back, so with 19 laps complete out of 30, there's still plenty of time for Michael Cracknell to get up there and give Fulcher a battle. And there's also time for Tony Autrich to reel those guys in. And then, of course, there's Nathan Shartner that's right behind Tony Autrich that's just been having a great race tonight, other than that little bit of contact at the hairpin.
Tell you what, for 20 laps, or almost 20 laps underway here in the race, the lap time fall off hasn't been as great as I would have imagined it to be. It's only about a second off where these guys started, and that's really showing a lot of hold up for these tires. They're doing really well, and the racing shows. This battle we have for second, the battle we have for fourth, And then Nigel Baines back there in 6th is still in the picture. All could easily get a podium in this race. Still a lot of big things to happen in this race, guys. Don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss the end of this one. I'm really proud of Michael Cracknell right now in the 3rd position, and he has got his eyes honed in on that Kamikaze race team machine up there. The number 4 car, Michael Fulcher, definitely in striking distance. He's fallen off a little bit from where he was, but in just a quarter of a lap's time, he can be right back where he needs to be and be in position to make a pass. As the guys do start lap number 20, it's going to be fun to see how they attack these final 10 laps, Kane. Do you push hard now, or do you try to edge them out? I think at this point, you're all in. All the cards are on the table. You got to push.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're absolutely right. With 10 laps left, you don't want to take any chances and wait. If you can get a move made, you're going to take it. I do want to say that when we first started broadcasting this America Series, a big track like Phillip Island was such a fast track. It was just one of those broadcasts that just the cars would get spread out and you'd be looking for things to talk about throughout the race. This series has gotten to be such a skill that these guys, after 20 laps, are still bumper to bumper, still super exciting racing going on here after 20 laps.
That's amazing. I do want to report something real quick. Remember, back then, 2nd place driver Matthew Hill had disconnected briefly from the iRacing server. He is now back out on track, currently in 16th position. He is 2 laps down off the race pace, but is back out on the track, so it's good to see him back out here, possibly going to finish this race, which is good.
Yeah, that really stinks that his connection went on him like that, because he was having such a great race, and with his finish last week, this really would have helped, at least with his confidence, just getting the confidence of the win last week, and I'm pretty sure he won last week anyway, and then a good run tonight really would have gave him a confidence boost that could have taken him into Bathurst.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, it's so fun to see when guys do well like that. And then when you have something like a connection issue, it's just stubborn. It's almost, you know, it's just so unfortunate. I hate to see that. But look at Michael Fulcher. He's got his hands full right now and doing a good job of holding off Nathan Schartner. Nathan Schartner has gained back on that gap. And
that's Michael Cracknell back behind Fulcher.
What'd I say?
Schartner.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Michael Cracknell. I apologize. But yeah, he is right there, made it back up to Michael Fulcher and doing a good job right now of staying right there with him. A good battle for second about to happen here and the closing laps of our race. Man, the pace is so tight with these top 5 cars. I know, well, really it's 2nd through 6th, but our leader is so far off. I'm considering these are top 5. Yeah, our leader is really booking it. Chad Chastain, a wonderful job, and over 17.5-second lead now over Michael Fulcher. Make that over 18 seconds now. So big push from Chad Chastain. His pace is unbelievable.
Yeah, fantastic drive. I brought him up on the blimp cam, and it's just like he's out there all by himself.
Tell you what, I know it's not for position, but really fun watching Matthew Hill in his machine, booking it around some cars. He's already made it around Manuel Sanchez, and now working on Richard Elward in there. Oh, Richard Elward off into the grass. The Matt Cal Holden over there into the grass. He does a beautiful job of saving the car to miles per hour in the green stuff. Fantastic job from Richard Elward just to save that. Bo Kubis does make his way into the top 10. A move around Marlon McMullen. Marlon's not done. Marlon McMullen trying to come back, make things happen on the outside. I don't think it's going to happen. A beautiful job from the Maverick Weldon. Oh, Holden got loose. He got loose. Marlon may have a rebound opportunity. Let's see what happens. Here comes the Grip TV. Holden on the inside. Can he get the momentum needed? Not going to happen right now. He's going to have to try it again. And for the moment, Bo Cubis makes the pass, and welcome to the top 10, Bo Cubis. Fantastic driving back here for 10th place. Both these drivers are well-known names in the V8 supercar community, and here they are in the top 10 battle. Fantastic. And I believe Bo has him as he starts to ride away. Marlon McMullen's teammate, Curtis Chipaway, in 7th place. And he is just ahead of Michael Abrams, about 3 or 4 car lengths ahead of him. Let's check back in, Kane, on our battles up here near the front of the field. Looking first and foremost at Nathan Schartner as he follows Tony Ottridge. This is the battle for 4th, and it is possibly the closest battle on the track. Of course, as I say that, a great momentum burst from Tony Ottridge and also a loose race car from Nathan Schartner. So bad luck there for Nathan. He'll have to fight all that back, but still plenty of time to get things done. Just ahead of them, it's Michael Cracknell, who is trying to run down Michael Fulcher, but Michael Fulcher doing a wonderful job up here in 2nd place. Unfortunately for him, I know he really wanted to try to sneak a win out, but up here tonight, 2nd place. Last night, 2nd place. If that's how the race holds out, which, ladies and gentlemen, don't hold your breath. Things can change in an instant here. But Michael Fulcher would have to be proud of 2 2nd-place finishes here at Phillip Island. He's really looking good.
Yeah, definitely, and he's had some serious pressure tonight too. So to hold out 2nd under the conditions that he's had to race tonight with such serious pressure, that's a fantastic job.
It is. I'm proud of Nigel Baines. I know he's riding on his own right now in 6th place and not getting a lot of action, but he started 17th on the grid, Kane. Was not able to get in for a qualifying session for this race, and I talked to him just before the race started for a brief moment, and he was really looking forward to this race, even with missing qualifying. He was just saying he loves this track and just wanted to get out and have some fun. And I think he had a really good time climbing up through the traffic, and he's done a phenomenal job to start 17th in this group of talent, and to be able to climb to 6th place in just over 20 laps is unbelievable. What a job from Nigel Baines.
Definitely got something to be proud of. To make that kind of climb in this kind of field is tremendous. He's definitely shown that he's definitely got the skill here at Phillip Island.
Oh, he really does, buddy. And I don't want to jinx it, but Michael Fulcher may be starting to need to get a little worried again, because Michael Cracknell back in the picture here. Let's see what happens with this number 14 Simpit Holden. He is starting to creep in on that 2nd place car. Let's see if he's able to get up there and possibly fight for 2nd place. And the lap just started lap 25 here as the guys are coming around turns 2, getting ready to turn into turn 3 right now. And fantastic run as I'm telling you what, Michael Fulcher not giving up hardly any ground. Here's a little bit of a close-in from Michael Cracknell as he starts to edge off a little bit of that gap. And just a tough, every inch here is so hard to earn with these, it's such an open racetrack, and it's so fast that I just can't get over. We're 25 laps into this race, and these guys are still this close. It amazes me. You know, in NASCAR and other racings that we cover, we have cautions that regroup the field, and these guys have had none of the such, nothing. There's been nothing to regroup this field. This is just how close the driving is, and that's just mind-blowing.
Well, it's what we've come to expect from this series. These guys all got such great skill in these cars, and it's the introduction of the Holden into this has just made it even that much closer. And we did get word this week that the Ford Falcon will be making a return next season, so that's going to be super fantastic. I'm so excited.
And one of the big things, and of course I'll bring this up briefly on the post-race show, but normally when we get word of something like that, it entails a long waiting period, and very pleased to announce that is not the case, as we should see it very soon. then that is going to be such a big plus for these V8 Supercar series to have a multi-car series, have the Holden and Ford rivalry finally here in iRacing. Very exciting. Well, guys, I do want to do a quick rundown of how our field looks here as we're currently on lap number 26 of 30. And it'll be the final rundown before we reach the final, or the race final. And Chad Chastain at a little over 19.5-second lead. Might as well say 20 seconds in the lead. In second place, Michael Fulcher. In second, third is Michael Cracknell. He's very, very close. Tony Autrich in fourth, and not far behind him, it's Nathan Shartner in fifth. Nigel Baines in sixth place with Curtis Chipaway in seventh. Close battle behind him is Michael Abrams in eighth. Then it's Michael Fabian in ninth in the Mad Cow machine. Bo Kibis has found the top 10 as he rounds out our top 10. Marlon McMullen down in 11th. Tim Clazens is in 12th. Timothy Hancock 13th. 14th, Richard Elward. Manuel Sanchez 15th. Matthew Hill is 16th and the last car on the track. Unfortunately, Corey Preston is 19 laps down and his day is done. And the same can be said about our 18th position car, Jason Scandalera. That's how they run. Let's get ready for the final laps here at Phillip Island.
Looks like Fast Fulch is showing some of that speed. He's starting to pull away just a little bit from Michael Cracknell back in the third position. Just over half a second now. There's a split between Mike Fulcher and Mike Cracknell. Tony Autrich has fallen off about 1.5 seconds off the back of Michael Cracknell. Nathan Shartner about the same has fallen off about the same off the bumper of Tony Autrich. Nigel Baines is still gaining. He's under 3 seconds now, 2.9 seconds off the bumper of teammate Nathan Shartner for that fifth position. With 4 laps to go, I don't think he'll make it all the way up there, but what a fantastic try from Nigel. Michael Abrams now just about half a second from the 7th place car of Curtis Chipaway. So Curtis, with 3 laps to go, Curtis will be getting some serious pressure there from number 11 of Michael Abrams. Up front, Chad Chastain, 20 seconds, 20.9 seconds, almost 21 seconds ahead of 2nd place Michael Fulcher. Mike Fulcher actually has started pulling away from Michael Cracknell now, almost an entire second.
Michael Cracknell almost lost control coming through the hairpin, and that's going to put him in a battle with Tony Autrich now. So now there's a battle for the podium spot of 3rd place. And that's going to be interesting here on lap 28 of 30, guys. A very good battle now as Tony Autrich trying to run down Michael Cracknell. Maybe some tire issues for the number 14 car of Michael Cracknell came. Maybe. Let's see if Tony Autrich can take advantage of Michael falling back, and he is right there. Obviously, you guys know the talent of Tony Autrich. He won last night's race here, as wasn't quite the field we have tonight, but still very talented field.
He's also the defending champion.
That's right, the V8's America's defending champion, and boy, he really did an unbelievable job in season 3, taking that championship, and just such a well-deserved champion, and he's done a great job defending his championship. Here he is, Kane, on the bumper now on lap 29. The white flag will be out when Chad Chastain comes by next. Oh, here it is, the TTR car looking to make a move possibly. He doesn't have quite the boost he needs. He needs that momentum boost, and it could be coming up very soon. as he's looking for, oh, and it gets loose again, Kane. That's going to allow Tony Aldridge to make the pass. He got loose in the same spot again. That is a troublesome spot late in the race for Michael Cracknell, and it allows Tony Aldridge to move up into the third position with really a lap and a half left in this race. Big jump from Tony Aldridge. He's going to keep moving on forward. It's going to be tough for Cracknell to try to regain that podium, but let's see if he can. It's still a good lap and a half left.
Yeah, I think he locked up going into the hairpin there, and that's what caused all the drama. He just went straight instead of making the turn. Then he let off the brakes and got the car to turn. But it was a little too late at that point, as Tony already had the position on him.
Boy, Cracknell is trying everything to get back. The white flag is out, ladies and gentlemen. The final lap here at Phillip Island in Season 4 of the V8 Supercar America Series. And it's Chad Chastain show out front with a huge lead. And it looks like Fulcher is safely going to be in second. But the story is the battle for third as Michael Cracknell tries to regain third on the podium. He's got some worn-out tires, but doing a fine job of hanging in there with Tony Aldridge. And Tony doing a beautiful job, the defending champion here in the V8's America Series, holding on strong to stand on that podium. And he looks good in the TTR number 2 machine right now. Around the troublesome hairpin. And Cracknell's able to stay with him. Sorry, go ahead, buddy.
I do want to mention Curtis Chipway. I'd said that Michael Abrams was right on his bumper back there, and that he'd probably be making some progress in the next couple of laps. Curtis Chipway's done a fantastic job of keeping Michael Abrams back there. So Curtis is coming to the end of this thing. He's still got that position number 7.
And ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead. Your winner here at Phillip Island, Chad Chastain, as he crossed the finish line. A beautiful job. Let's see the Michael Fulcher now going to make his way around the final turn here at Phillip Island, just to give you an idea of how far of a lead our leader had. And here comes Michael Fulcher for second. How about that battle? Looks like it's going to be all Tony Aldridge. One more push. Too late as Tony Aldridge finalizes the podium, and fourth place goes to Michael Cracknell. A job well done. Fifth place to Nathan Schartner, and just outside of the top 5. What a beautiful run there from Nigel Baines, Kane.
Yeah, Curtis Chipway, he finishes out his run in the number 7 spot. Michael Abrams had a great run as well to get up into that 8th spot with both Cubis. Managed to get all the way back up into the 9th spot after a hair-raising start to that race.
You're absolutely right. He did a beautiful job with a beat-up Maverick Welding. Holden just beat up car, missing the right front quarter panel, and does a marvelous job. Michael Fabian takes the 10th spot as he rounds out the top 10 drivers. Marlon McMullen, who falls just outside of the top 10. You mentioned earlier, Kane, not a favorite track of his, and it kind of showed. Not to say he had a bad run, but you could kind of see the struggles that he had with the Grip TV Holden today. Normally, Marlon, no matter where he starts, maybe he falls back. He always has that fight back in him, and today it just seemed like he didn't have the pace that you would expect from him. So you know he'll be back next week, especially with us heading to Bathurst. Look at Tim Cleason's. Good job for him. He's 12th place finish tonight, only lost 1 spot from the start as he started in 11th. Timothy Hancock, 1 spot lost for him as well. A good race for him to finish 13th. And then Richard Elward will finish 14th. Manuel Sanchez 15th, and then of course Matthew Hill 2 laps down, but 16th place finish. You all know what happened to him. Very unfortunate, and only God knows what would have happened had he not lost that connection. Came Matthew Hill had great pace today, and I just hate that the race had to end for him like it did with an internet issue. Unfortunately, Corey Presson and Jason Scandalera unable to finish the race today. And, Corey is still battling with the injury to his left arm from his glass incident. So we want to wish him a speedy recovery. It is good to see Corey back out on the track, and I know we'll have words with him shortly. But overall, Kane, a little race thoughts on the race today, buddy. What you got?
Oh, it was fantastic. I didn't come into this race planning on seeing such great battles all the way throughout the race. I thought, like in races past, that we would see some big gaps in between the cars, and we'd really have to do a lot of filling in the blanks as far as talking goes. But this race, they come out and was super fantastic all the way from the very start. These guys there was a battle on the track, so it just really showing the where this series is heading as far as the skill level of these drivers.
It's remarkable. I'm very, very impressed with every driver out there on the track today. Looking at the lap times, they were all very similar. The entire field was only about 3 to 4 seconds apart as far as average race pace. So very, very close talent here in the V8 Americas series in the top split. We had 3 splits tonight, and really looking forward to hear how some of the other splits finished up tonight. We'll get a report hopefully soon, as we tend to do in the Get 30 MX post-race show. But once again, want to congratulate Chad Chastain on a dominant performance here in the top split of the Americas series. This 4th week action has been just, I think it's the 5th week. I apologize if it's the 5th week. I said that wrong, but what a job well done from Chad Chastain. This means a lot to him. He's had his ups and his downs, and just to see him dominate like he did, he's got to be feeling good after that. We'll be looking forward to talking to him real soon, guys. So don't go anywhere as we get ready for some driver interviews and things like that. But Kane, looks like we got 1 race remaining next week as we get ready to head to the Mount Panorama at Bathurst, and no introduction needed for that track. Everybody knows just how important that track is to this community and cars. So very excited for that.
Yeah, I'm super happy. It seems like we got the broadcast machine working just in the perfect nick of time. Bathurst coming up, Phillip Island this week, both great races. Everything seems to be running fantastic, so we had to take the week off last week to get it all done, but now it's all done, and it seems to really be running good.
Well worth it. You're absolutely right, buddy. What a phenomenal job. Kane has worked really hard to get the broadcast back rolling the way that it needs to be, and he has done a remarkable job, loads of work. So I want to thank you very much, brother, for all the hard work that you've put in, and it really shows. If you guys hadn't got a chance to watch the NASCAR Iverson Pro Series, go check out the race from California, and you'll really see the difference in that one versus the previous race that we did in the iRacing Pro Series. And then, of course, definitely would see the difference between the V8's America Series now and previously. Just a well-done job, buddy.
I'm not sure what happened, but somewhere over the course of time, there got to be some glitch in there somewhere. And whenever we'd play it back, we'd get all kinds of visual anomalies and glitches in the audio and just all kinds of little lag effects, and it just got to be so bad we just couldn't keep on that way. It was more frustrating than anything. So took the week off to rebuild the PC and reload everything, and now it's running fantastic. I can't complain.
Fantastic, buddy. It's awesome. And I'll tell you something else that's awesome. It's Chad Chastain's performance tonight. Let's bring him in for a quick word here on the Get Dirty MX post-race show and talk to the winner of tonight's race. Chad, welcome to the show. Congratulations on a completely dominating performance.
Thanks a lot. It felt good. Car was strong all week long, had good pace. And yeah, just got lucky off the start, got clean air and just started clicking laps. So yeah, it felt good. This one feels really good, JD.
Yeah, I bet it does, buddy. It looks like you had a rocket fuel in that car. From the start, complete domination, just an unbelievable job. You had just a blistering pace out there, and even late in the race, it never let up. Just kept your mind had to be completely focused for the entire 30 laps, and that's what you did. Just a beautiful job, and that race win is well deserved, my friend. Congratulations.
Well, thanks a lot. But the truth is, couldn't have done it without a lot of heavy lifting from the guys at KRT and STC. especially Brendan King and Nathan Shartner all week long, just drilling down, working on it, and makes it easy when you've got a rocket ship handed to you.
Yeah, buddy, the hard work definitely is paid off, and it shows. The amount of time and effort that those guys are putting in is showing out on the track. The KRT cars and the SDC cars were looking very fast this week, and it really showed out there on the track. I was very proud of how you guys did. And then when you do things like that, you guys just keep up the good work. That is unbelievable. You know where we're heading next week to finish up our shortened season at Mount Panorama at Bathurst. It's going to be a weekend to remember, or a race to remember, and I can't wait to finish up there.
Neither can I. Start getting to work on it, but yeah, just a real strong effort for all the teams. Couldn't be happier for everybody.
Oh, I know. I'm really looking forward to it, and I tell you what, buddy, hang tight with us. As you know, we always got lots to talk about. I'm going to bring in Michael Fulcher real quick and have a word with him. But congratulations again, Chad.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely, buddy. Let's go ahead and bring in Michael Fulcher, and get him in here. Let's see if I can get him in here. Where'd he go? Well, I went to grab him in, but don't know what happened to him. So I will bring in Marlon McMullen. We'll talk to him real quick.
User was moved to your
Marlon,
channel.
welcome to the Get Dirty MX Post Race Show. How's things going, buddy?
Not too bad, thanks. How about yourself, guys?
Oh, fantastic, my friend, and a great week this week. I saw you in quite a few battles out there on the track. You know, Kane mentioned when we got into the broadcast and we're talking about the race a little bit, just about how this is not one of your favorite tracks. Tell us a little bit about your love or hate for Phillip Island.
Well, I guess I don't. It's not that I don't like the place. I think it's an absolutely beautiful track, but for whatever reason, I just can't get my head around this really complicated place that it is. It's such a awesome facility, and I love to get it, but yeah, well, for whatever reason, every time we come here every season, I just seem to go backwards at a good rate of knots. And I was passed by so many Michaels that race. There's so many people, in that race starting with the letter M. I couldn't believe it. Never seen that.
You know what? That is what I'm going to use to blame why I messed up Michael Cracknell's name, I think 2 or 3 times. You're right. There is a ton of M's in that race with even you, Marlon, Michael, and we had, there's just so many of them. But, it was fun watching you just slid out of the top 10. You still, for a track that you have trouble getting a grip on, not too bad of a job, Marlon. And, go ahead and put this one behind you. Even though we act like you had a horrible race, really, you had a good race. Finished just out of the top 10 and 11th. Not bad at all. You started 9th, so you're just 2 spots out of where you started. Not a bad race at all, my friend. And you can put this one behind us because we got bigger and better things to worry about. We're heading to Bathurst to finish out our shortened season next week. Tell me about that.
Yeah, most definitely. Thanks for the kind words there. As I said, it's one of those tracks I don't like, so it sort of puts the confidence down a bit. Just to finish the race is an almighty effort in its own. And, the fact that I was out there today and doing the best I could and, letting all the other guys go and let them do their own thing. It had some really good battles, especially with Nigel and Bo. And it's great to, sort of use that next week as a little bit of confidence and, go into the season finale at Bathurst. And it's good to sort of be at a track I sort of like again. So hopefully make up amends for the last couple of weeks and, put in some laps. And, let's just see what happens throughout the race, I guess.
Absolutely, buddy.
You got a fan watching the broadcast, Marlon. A shout out to you from Bullseye.
Oh, that's a first. It's been a long time. Thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's awesome. And that's the kind of stuff you want to hear. So big shout out to Bullseye out there. And thanks for the old shout out. And let's bring in your teammate, Curtis. Don't go anywhere. I'd like to have a word with both of you there. Let's go ahead and bring in Curtis. Curtis, welcome to the Get Dirty MX Post Race Show. How are you doing out there, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. It was a nice drive around Phillip Island. It's a cruise, not much racing going on.
Yeah, right. Let's let the guest or the viewers think of that. You had some racing going on, Kurt. Tell me a little bit about the Grip TV Holden today, how it was performing in your eyes out there at Phillip Island today.
It was definitely not up to par for me. I hadn't had a lot of practice time, so it was understeering a lot, and I was playing with the bars. Near the end of the race, it was good, but by then everyone had driven off. But I think it was for the first like 10 laps, something like that. I had Fulcher coming up behind me. That was pretty fun, keeping him behind me. Once he got past, he just flew by, and that was that. I think Nigel Baines flew by me again, and then Abrams was the only one I could hold off at the end of the day.
Yeah, Abrams and you had a good thing at the end going, and you did a good job of holding him off. And but it was fun. I had a good time watching you guys. And like I said, like I was talking to your teammate Marlon just a moment ago, this race is over. You can put it behind you guys. Now it's time to prepare for the season finale at Bathurst. You got to be looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm honestly expecting big things from that. The past couple times I've been at Bathurst, my pace has been pretty good. Then at the an incident that happened, I would have had a good finish, but I'm definitely looking for at least top three, if not a win next week.
Fantastic, Curtis. Well, we wish you the best of luck, buddy. And hang here tight with us. We got more to talk about on the post-race show, my man. Hang tight. Now we'll bring in Michael Fulcher. I know we wanted to talk to him a minute ago. He disappeared on us, so let's bring him in. Michael Fulcher, everybody. Welcome to the Get Dirty MX post-race show. How are you, Michael?
Yeah, I'm excellent, JD. Thanks, mate.
I tell you what, buddy, a fantastic run out there today. Saw you pass a lot of cars out there. Like Marlon said a minute ago, there's a lot of Michaels out on the track, and he's right. And you were the highest finishing Michael, finishing second out there. Really good after starting sixth on the starting grid. And we got to see you in quite a few tight, hairy situations. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, well, start wasn't too bad. And Bo got a terrible start, and he sort of got swamped, and I was the last car to get up the inside of him, and we made contact. We've had a look at it. Both of us have sort of put it down to a racing incident, but unfortunately he got shunted pretty bad there. I was drifting out a little bit into turn one as he was turning down, and yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. In turn two, I was in a good position, but I just got swamped in turn two. Probably still a bit flustered from what happened between me and Bo, Can happen pretty easy. I put out wide and got swamped. And I must apologise to Curtis then. I actually didn't know he was down the inside of me, and I turned down on him, and I'm sorry for that, Curtis, mate. I'm glad we got away with that. So after all those dramas, I just put my head down and focused again, and started to turn out some really good laps. Good battle with Curtis early on. Very hard to get past. It's probably taken about half a second a lap out of what I could have done. Eventually got past him, nice and clean. That was a good battle. And then I was just lucky from there. A couple of boys fell off in front of me, and I took it.
Yeah, that was a crazy part in the race. That was actually the battle of Michael Cracknell and Tony Ottridge in front of you, and they got into the sand trap a little bit, or the gravel pit, whatever you want to call it, and they came out right behind you, and you did a wonderful job of holding them off, brother. That was fantastic racing there, and that is why you very much deserve to finish second.
Oh, thanks a lot, mate. Thanks a lot. I'll tell you what, by the end of lap one, I thought there's no way I'm looking at a podium. I think I was down in 8th or maybe even 9th there for a while, but
yeah,
I think things definitely went my way. So yeah, I'm really happy with that.
Well, it's a wonderful job, buddy. 2 days in a row, 2 second-place finishes. Job well done. We look forward to seeing what the KRT machine will do at Bathurst next week.
Oh, I didn't even realise we were at Bathurst. Wow. Bring it on.
Season finale, baby. It all ends there.
Nice. Yeah, we've got a new driver for KRT. We've signed Brendan King.
Awesome news.
Yeah, he won Split 2 tonight, so good on him, Brendan. He's got some great pace. And so welcome aboard, Brendan. And thanks again to Next Level Racing for sponsoring us all. It's great.
Fantastic, brother. That is really good news. We're very happy to hear that. And wish Brendan the best. And congratulations for him taking the win tonight in the second split. That's huge.
Sure is. Yeah, he's stoked. Really happy about it. So he should be.
Fantastic, buddy. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Nigel Baines for a quick word with him. that you guys just hang tight with me. Let's bring in Nigel. Nigel, welcome to the Get Dirty MX Post Race Show, buddy. How are you?
Hey guys, sorry about that.
That's all right. Talk away, my man. Tell me about your race tonight. Starting from 17th on the starting grid, unable to get a qualifying time in, but it didn't really matter for you as you drove all the way up to 6th place, my man. Tell me about your race.
Yeah, no, pretty happy with that. There's obviously a few incidences up ahead, but tried to just stay out of trouble early on and pick a few spots here and there. Putting on the car was good, so thanks to the guys there at SDC and KRT, we had a good car, and yeah, it pushed away. And next thing I knew, I was kind of in a battle for second with a few of the things going on. I couldn't quite get onto the back of Nathan, I think it was in the end. So. No, guys are running strong, and I'd taken that before the start. So yeah, pretty happy with that.
Oh yeah, I mean it was unbelievable run, and I talked to you a little bit before the race, very briefly, but I brought it up on the show, and it was pretty fun to watch you do it after I talked about it. It was like I was like, let's see how Nigel does today. He didn't get in to qualify, and then here you are, and you didn't prove me wrong, man. Job well done.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about that too. Actually, I thought you might be focusing a little bit there. So no, I was glad to keep it clean and get through and make up some spots. So yeah, no, pretty happy. So congratulations to Chad too. I mean, that's guy's just flying right now and dominant performance again. So great stuff to see. Yeah,
Chad has got such good pace that he needs to be making how-to videos right now. I mean, that's kind of pace he's carrying. Fantastic stuff, guys.
Yeah, he did fail in his task this week, though, to be fair, because he was supposed to build a set so that we could all drive it at the same speed as him. So he's actually failed in his quest, but we'll let him off.
I tell you what, if he can make a set that I can ride just even like half of what he was racing today, I'll be happy. So you get to work on that, Chad. You make me fast. You're doing good, buddy.
Give it a shot, man.
Fantastic, man. Thanks a lot, Nigel. Good job to you as well. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Bo Cubis, have a word with him, and see what he's up to. But hang tight, Nigel. Got a few things I want to talk to you guys about. Let's go ahead and bring Bo in. Bo, welcome to the Get Dirty MX Post Race Show. How are you, my man?
It's good to be back.
Man, it's good to see you. New colors out there on the car. It looked great, by the way, in the it just in the Maverick Weldon Holden just looks beautiful out on the track, but it looks like you had some damage done to the car early in the race, and looked like it was going to be tough to drive, but I thought you did a really good job wheeling the car around. Tell me a little bit about it from your point of view. What did it feel like? Was it as bad a damage as it looked, or was it a pretty easy driving car?
It felt normal. It's hard to say what its pace was like. I never really got a chance to sort of reel out any really fast laps because early on I was stuck in traffic. But but it felt straight. It was still punching out pretty consistent times towards the end there. So yeah, surprisingly, more hits than Elvis Presley in the first half of that race. So.
You did a good job bouncing back. I mean, your car was missing the front right quarter panel completely. So from the broadcast point of view, it looked like the car was destroyed. And then here you are running your way into a top 10 finish. That's just fantastic. And I know you started second on the starting grid, but that doesn't do any justice to what you had to overcome in this race. But a job well done, and I really love the new car and the new team and the new sponsor. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, I've really got to thank the team. The team's really helped me a lot since joining them probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. But we've got a couple of really good sponsors, as you mentioned, Maverick Welding and Demidov Innovations, both on board. They support us really well, so I've got to say thanks to them guys.
Yeah, man, I want to throw a thank you out to one of your teammates, and Brenton O'Brien. Want to thank him myself. He is awesome. He sends me a little bit of a weekly report this week and last week, and I just wanted to throw a thank you out to him. It really does help stuff on the broadcast, and it just kind of gives me a little background story on some things that are happening that I may have missed throughout the week. So it's really big, and I appreciate him doing that because people don't have to do stuff like that, but it really does help in the long run. So I really appreciate him doing that.
Yeah, no doubt. The boys, they're very passionate about the sim, and they'll go above and beyond for the community, really.
And that's what it's all about. This community is unbelievable, and the V8's community is the best community in the sim in iRacing community. I really honestly believe that. We've been over that before, but you know just as well as I do that those guys really do put their heart and soul into it, and it shows. It's an awesome job, and it makes for better racing and a better time.
Yeah, totally.
Well, Bo, we'll be looking for big things from you next week at the final race. You'll be there, I assume, right, at Bathurst?
It's hard to say at this stage. I'm a bit of a floater this season, but I'll do my best to try and be there.
Sounds good, buddy. We will look forward to it, and it's really a pleasure to get to talk to you again. I know I hadn't seen you as much as maybe we'd like to over here in the Americas, but it's always a pleasure to have you here, buddy.
Cheers.
Absolutely. That's Bo Cubis, everybody. And now let's bring in our good friend Bones and bring him in. Bones, welcome to the Get Dirty MX Post Race Show. You've made it. How are you?
G'day, JD, Kane. How are you guys?
Doing fantastic. And since Jim's not here with us, and I saw that you were racing over in the second split tonight, I need your report over there in split 2. Tell us a little bit about the race.
Mine was pretty ordinary. I'd rather talk about last week. You didn't see it. I got up to 11th.
What?
Thanks to a heap of bad luck in the top split. Yeah.
Tell me about it. Tell me about last week real quick, because we were unable to make it. But go ahead, film me.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, like you said, just had a lot more people had bad luck there, so I gained a few more spots. But I was totally the opposite here. I went backwards. I was the one falling off the track and letting people by. So, but Brendan King, yeah, he had a great race. He fastest lap of 1:30.5, but his average lap time was 1:31.475, which nearly put him in 4th spot in the top split. So
wow,
he was running pretty quick back there. Adrian Hunter was second, Ian McPherson third.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch out for this Brenton King, man. He has got some serious pace, and that's really fun. He keeps doing that. He'll be in this top split very soon, boys.
And Paul Slavonic, he barely got 5th.
Oh, nice. Good to see Paul doing well. Yeah, good to see
Paul. Battle with him there at one stage. Yeah, it was good fun.
Good stuff. That's awesome to hear, man. I tell you what, it's really cool getting feedback on the second split, because we're starting to see the splits get bigger. We have 3 splits tonight, and we had 18 drivers in top split, but the other 2 had 17, I believe, and that's awesome, man. That's nice size fields.
Yeah, no, it's good to see 3 splits again, isn't it? Okay.
No, go ahead, buddy.
Oh, I was just going to say I got the 3rd split results up, if you want to hear it.
Yeah. Fill us in, brother.
Joseph Savone got 1st. We got Brock Glasgow 3rd, and Christian Kendall. And so they were all around the 1:33 average lap times, 1:34.
Great stuff, man. That's fantastic. And can't wait to, I wish that I could see all of them, but they're all at one time, so that makes it tough when we're here in the top split. And Kane already just said it in the broadcast, guys. And I want to apologize to everybody that we missed last week. It is very rare that we miss a broadcast. So we apologize that we were not able to make it last week, and hope you guys understand. But that won't happen very often. The broadcast has been under a big repair, and Kane has been doing a lot of work to make sure that it is improved. And I believe we're there. I believe we got it where we want it, Kane. What do you think? What do you say, pal?
I think so. I can't wait to watch it back tonight and make sure. But as long as my mic levels were okay, then I think it was good. As far as I noticed, the video seemed to be okay.
Yeah, we were a little late getting in the race tonight, but with everything changed up a little bit, we were having to fix things right before we started. So
iRacing was giving me that weird not letting me connect to the server thing. 4, 5, 6 times I tried and it wouldn't let me connect.
It didn't like Kane. It didn't want him to come in tonight. We were worried we weren't going to have a show. But I tell you what, boys, y'all know y'all have seen the new render of the Holden. Isn't it great? She's coming back. What'd I say, though?
You said the Holden.
Man, I swear,
He's a
I've done
converted
that.
man.
So,
Yes.
I know I am not a converted man. The Fords all day long, and they're coming back, Bones. The Ford
Holden
is
Falcon.
coming back.
The Holden Falcon.
That's right, the Holden Falcon's coming. Or the Ford Commodore, which one you want to get on? But it's coming back. It looks awesome. Oh, yeah, let's talk to Mike Cracknell. Let's bring him in. I almost did forget him. Michael, welcome to the Get Dirty MX post-race show. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Fantastic. And I almost left you up there. I'm sorry, buddy. And we're happy to have you here. We need to talk about that awesome run you had tonight, man. Started in 7th on the starting grid and finished 4th, but really was up in the podium position for a long time and just let Tony around right there before the end, unfortunately. But fantastic run. Fantastic run. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, well, I had a fairly good start, and I found myself in 5th, I think, after a few corners. A little bit happened in turn 1 and 2. And then, yeah, eventually I was sort of running in 3rd for most of it. Me and Tony had a bit of contact down the back there, but it was nothing major. And, yeah, towards the end, the car just sort of started to get out from under me, under braking, down into the right-hander. So Tony got by me there. But overall, I'm really happy to get 4th. And yeah, SDC have given me a really good car, a really good team to work with. And also I'd like to thank our sponsor, the SimPit, too.
Absolutely, buddy. And, of course, we'll be at Bathurst next week for the final round of our shortened season. Looking forward to I'm sure you're looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Bathurst is it's an iconic track, and I think everybody loves racing there. It's one of the best tracks in the world. So, yeah, I can't wait for it. I'll be there for sure.
Great news, man. Glad to hear you're there. We were just getting ready to talk with everybody, and I started to talk, and that's when, thanks to Michael Fulcher letting me know that you were up there. I didn't even see it. But where's Corey at? Oh, he didn't put a name. I didn't know who it was. All right. Well, let me bring in Corey. Corey, welcome to the Get Dirty MX post-race show. What's going on, man?
Nothing much, JD.
I didn't even know that was you. I just saw TeamSpeak user. I thought you were just somebody wanting to come and just sit up there and talk with somebody else up there. I didn't know you were. I apologize. Let's talk about the race from the Apex Holden out there. Tell me what happened. It ended the race for you.
No comment. Let's just say if this was golf, I win.
All right. Heard that. I tell you what, a better question for you. How is the arm feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to keep dragging on this arm story. It's getting pretty old, and I think people are pretty sick of hearing about it. But yeah, it's getting better. I mean, I'm in a nutshell. I've got more than half of the use on my finger back. So next step is to try and get the two joints to move simultaneously. But yeah. But what I meant by golf was I did probably the least amount of laps. So if you apply golf rules, then lowest score wins. So I get a big trophy.
I got your I got your terminology there, but it would have been fun to see you run out there, man. I hate that it ended earlier for you tonight, but it was fun. Good to see you out on the track. And what can you do to get ready for next week? We are going to see you next week, right?
Yeah, I mean, me and Sam had a really good setup for Bathurst pre-season for the 1000. So we'll see how we go. Hopefully the set with next week's weather feels pretty much the same, and I can qualify the car on the front row again. But yeah, I mean, I mean, I almost had that saved when I was like 90 degrees to the track in that race, but yeah, just another little bump spin me straight round. So, but yeah, anyway, I was pretty off pace anyway. I mean, I was trying not to fight. I was probably going to let him through, the guy through on the straight, and then just continue on, but no.
And it is a pain, man. I understand. I mean, it's nobody wants their race to end early, obviously, but um, it's so difficult when you almost have it saved, and then the next thing you know, boom, your race is over after all the preparation and everything. So, just throw it behind you, buddy. Get ready for an exciting week next week, man.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I mean, if the car if the car handles anything like it did this week at Phillip Island, I'm going to climb to the nearest clock tower and start firing shots from it.
There you go, buddy. Like you said, go put that bad boy on the front row, man. It's good to hear from you, and I'm glad to hear that you're doing better. And I know that you'll be back to your full normal self very soon, my friend. So we're looking forward to that, Corey. Always a pleasure talking to you, pal.
Yeah, I'm not so sure if you want to talk to me, my normal self. That's a scary prospect.
No, it's all good, buddy. I was getting ready. Do we have any more interviewees up there that I missed? Okay, no, we're good to go. All right. I was just trying to talk about we're getting the new Ford coming back, and it looks like we're going to be getting it sooner than later. And now that I have to turn my headphones down, but it is exciting. It is very exciting. I miss the Ford, and more or less, I know there's the whole Ford Holden rivalry, but it is going to be just such a blessing to have a multi-car V8 session. I mean, we're going to have two different cars, and that is what matters to me. To be honest with you, ever since the Holden has come, I'll admit it, even as a Ford fan, it's an awesome car. I do like it, and I understand that the Ford will have the exact same physics, I like that. It's exciting. So it basically is just what shell do you want to run with, and what logo do you want. That's pretty much it. And because that's what it is in the Opel side with the Chevy, Ford, and Toyotas. And so I think it's ultra exciting that we're finally getting that. And fellas, we don't have to wait forever. That's the big picture. I believe, are we getting a little mini build after week 6?
Yup.
So it looks like we'll be getting this car within the next, 2 weeks?
Yeah. Should be just after Bathurst week finishes, because then it'll be the next 12-week season, so it'll be a full build.
That's fantastic, man. That makes me really excited, guys. And I know that y'all all be really happy. And I'm just going to have to get used to calling out the cars correctly. I'll spoof it up at first. When we first got the Holden, I called them Ford Falcons how many times, Kane? I mean,
36.
Yeah, something like that. But we'll get it right.
Counting.
Yeah, no, that's what I was about to say. But it's funny, man. I tell you what, it's an awesome series, though, guys. I love it. The V8's America series. I know it's been a short season, and the whole idea of the season was to have fun. Have you guys had fun?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
I'll be honest. I've had just as much fun this shortened season broadcasting as I've had in a while. It's been a really exciting season, and we've had some guys that just done a great job. The teams are great. It's just been fun. I feel like the action in every race we've had has been a great race. Like I've really enjoyed. A lot of times I'll go back and kind of skip through our broadcasts afterwards. I don't really watch them from start to finish a lot. And lately, I've been enjoying watching them from start to finish almost. I mean, it's just the racing is so good. You get stuck watching them because there's constantly a good racing going on at some point on the track at all times. Tonight, Phillip Island. There was a battle all the way to the final lap. The battle for second was awesome there, or the battle for third, I believe it was, at the very end. And it was just awesome every week, and you can't ask for anything better than that. I was talking with somebody the other day, and might have been one of y'all. I can't remember who I was talking with now. But we were talking about just how good the Americas has gotten, and they were saying that it's no doubt that the Americas series has become the highest strength of field race other than Monday, by far. It's just become the second best race that everybody wants to come to in the V8s, and that is very, very exciting to me. That's very happy. I love this series, and I want to continue to see it get better and better, and it will. It's going to continue to get better. But look at the up and coming talent we've got coming in here, like the new Brenton King, and just so many great drivers. A lot of good things coming our way, boys.
Yeah, it actually did top the Monday night a few times in strength of field last season. So,
really?
Yeah.
Well, tonight it was a strength of field of 4,141. That's pretty huge.
That's really good, guys. That's really good. And we had some really good racing in this race too. I mean, we had some really good.
Well.
Yeah, I can't wait for you. I can't wait for you guys to go back and watch the show tonight. I think you're really going to enjoy the racing that you see. It's the ones that were in big battles all night. They already know, but even when you weren't in a battle, there was one going on around the track at all times.
Yeah, just delete lap 28 for me. Thanks.
It's so competitive this season. I don't know what it is, but there's such a lot of guys all around the very similar pace, and it's just brutal out there, man. It's good fun.
It is. That's what I'm saying. It looks like you guys are just out there having a blast, man. I mean, it seems like y'all are just. Every time I watch it, I'm like, man, I'll just hope one day that I can get in a race like this and be competitive. It's amazing how close the competitiveness is. You really don't know, and I can say this in all honesty. Several seasons ago, and not even that long ago, we knew going into the race who was going to win the race. Okay, we knew who was pretty much going to win every week, and now it's getting hard to call it. It really is, and that is exciting because if a driver has an off week, they're still not winning the race. Things are going on, and it's really competitive. And
it's not just hard to call it; it's impossible. Coming into tonight's race, there's no way to call it. There was such great drivers in the race that there was no way to call tonight's race.
And if I had to have called tonight's race just from watching last night's race, I would have either had to have picked Michael Fulcher or Tony Ottridge just from watching last night's race. And you guys, although you did wonderful, I had no idea Chad Chastain would have had the pace he did. That was unbelievable. Good gosh, man. I swear he had like 50 more horsepower than everybody else in his car. I just don't even know. He just had one of those nights. Great driving. And, and it won't be like that every week. It won't be the Chad show. It'll be, next week at Bathurst, we don't know who's going to come to the table and just throw down. It's awesome, and it's so fun. And, it's so good to see you guys that we've watched for a while. I mean, Kane and me have been doing this for a little while, and it's fun to watch you guys get better and better and better and better and better and better and better each week. And I'm just like, what's next? What's next? And that nothing seems to disappoint us. There's a lot of exciting things happen. One thing I want to bring up, I know we don't want to keep the show going on forever, but one of the things I talked with Kane was recently, I believe it was with you, buddy. We were talking about, you were telling me a little bit about iRacing, was talking about their plans for the next year. Was that you I was talking with, bud?
Yeah, it was a post that Tony had made where he was discussing the future plans of iRacing.
It's pretty cool. Tell us a little bit about it, buddy. I don't know if the other guys. It's pretty cool.
I know the SDC guys have heard about it because I read it on their Facebook page, but yeah, it just mentioned the changes to the tire that they want to make, where it'll pick up grass and gravel, and it'll lay rubber down on the track. They're also want to get some DirectX 11 going. They've got some pretty big plans. So in the future, this iRacing is going to get better. They also want to work on people, adding
Pit
people to the Zim, some pit crews and things like that. That would be awesome.
I can't wait for pit crews.
They just
Cannot
gotta
wait.
do better than what they've done so far on the 3D people.
And they will. If they're making the jump to DirectX 11, that in itself is going to all right, let's put it this way. The sim is absolutely gorgeous, man. If you look at a high res resolution, somebody that can run max graphics and with high frame rate, this is a beautiful sim. It really is. There's times watching replays where I've had people that are just look at the screen and go, and this is on my crap laptop, and people will kind of glance at it and look at me again and go, man, I thought that was TV for a second. The textures and everything just look really beautiful. And this is on DirectX 9. I just can't imagine what iRacing has in store for us in the near future. With them getting ready to make the jump to DirectX 11, I've got to make sure that I'm ready. So I am going to have to get a new PC that'll be able to hold the capability of DirectX 11 for me, because that's going to be too incredible once that lays down. Now that could be at the end of next year. We don't know, but it is in the next year plans. So that's exciting. I am excited about that. Because when the racing gets beautiful, imagine how good the broadcast will look. Sponsors, that's huge for sponsors. When you can show sponsors the sim racing and they see how awesome it looks, and pit crews, and imagine, like, for example, if we have pit crews, right? And you're like, okay, it's just computer AI people. It doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. Not really. Sponsors on the cars are already huge. Imagine making suits for your pit crew on there with sponsors on them. And then when we're doing a broadcast, all those guys run out to change the tires on the car, and it's got your sponsor all over it and on the car. And it adds another layer to the broadcasting point of it. As you could see why I would be excited about it. But it just adds another level of, everybody knows that it's not real racing. That's not the point of it. It's sim racing, but it's not a car that just magically jacks up on its side and for the ovals, or jacks straight up in the air, and we can't even see if the tires are coming on and off or not. That part seems silly to me. And so for the iRacing that's supposed to be the world's greatest race sim, why can't we have just decent looking pit crews that we can see what's going on these cars? And that's what's going to be coming soon. And it's going to be interesting to me how they attack this with the oval side and the roadside pits. I know they'll nail the oval side pits. I don't know if they'll nail the roadside pits. So that's going to be what I'm going to be looking forward to see if they can pull that off. But that's it for me tonight, guys. A great show from me. Anybody have anything they'd like to share with us this week?
Yeah, just once again like to congrats Chad and Fulch and also Tony on their podium.
Yeah, man, great run. And to you as well, Michael, almost getting it, buddy. Very close to the podium. And going to be fun to see how you guys do it. It's Bathurst week next week for us, man. Every build we get is Bathurst week.
V8 Scops will be starting again soon, so a lot to look forward to here in the future.
A lot to look forward to, guys. Really excited. So much as we approach the new year. Of course, wish all you guys a happy new year and all that. We're not close enough for us to do that, but some exciting things are coming up in the new year for us, and it's going to be cool. Well, we can't wait to say everything that's going down, but it's going to be a really good year coming up for the sim racing world. It's going to be awesome. So really looking forward to it, guys. And y'all have a great night. We're going to be back next week for our season finale. And it's going to be at Bathurst, guys. It's not the mid-season race. It's the finale at Bathurst. How awesome is that going to be? You're not going to want to miss that. It starts at the same time as our race tonight. That's 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 8 Central here in the United States. And we'll be coming here live on the same channel you're on right now. And you can always check us out at V8online.com. Or if you just want to search us on YouTube, just search V8s Online, like and subscribe. And then that way you'll always know when we got a live video rolling. And thanks again, everybody, for watching. We do appreciate the awesome support. Thanks for the comments and everything that you guys do. It really, really means a lot to Kane and myself. And y'all have a great night, guys. We'll be back next week from Mount Panorama.
All right, thank you.